Hi there. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm picking my nose. This thing here is called a nose. And we have many expressions or idioms using the word nose. So first of all, again, pronunciation, it's not no-ce, it's nose. It's a homophone. And it sounds like this word in English. A homophone is a word that sounds exactly the same as another word, but the meaning is different. So nose and nose is a homophone. I have a beautiful rhyme for you. Nobody knows what Rosie knows when she blows her nose in her underclothes. That's your homework. Figure out that. Rosie, don't blow your nose in your underclothes. So, expressions with nose. For some reason in English, we have many idioms and expressions using parts of the body, and the nose has many expressions. I've narrowed it down to 10 that I think are the most useful. I've told you guys before that I find idioms to be a little bit, old-fashioned, old school. I don't think we use them a lot. But these ones we do, so that's why I'm teaching them to you. So, nose idioms. The first one is keep your nose clean. So that doesn't mean you pick your nose. It just means that you don't do anything bad. Now, when I was researching this, I thought, what could you possibly do bad with your nose other than pick it? I think this might have to do with drugs, specifically drugs that you inhale, cocaine. So maybe this came from not doing cocaine. So keep your nose clean means don't do cocaine. Rule number 1, don't die. Rule number 2, don't do cocaine. So keep your nose clean means don't do anything bad. Don't do bad things. Another expression we have is keep your nose to the grindstone. So this is a very, very old expression. A grindstone is a stone that you would use to grind something. So grind means take something from a solid into a powder. So you can grind grain. You can take corn and you make it corn powder or wheat. So a grindstone, if you're a worker, you want to make sure that you're not looking up and you're actually focusing on your work. So keep your nose to the grindstone means do your job. Don't mess around on Facebook. They didn't have Facebook back then. If they did, it would be treacherous. But keep your nose to the grindstone means just, hey, concentrate, do your work. Don't be distracted. This is a great word. He or she is nosy. Nosy is an adjective. Nosy means that the person is asking you too many personal questions. So this is where we can get confused. There's a difference between making conversation with someone and being nosy. Some people think that when other people are talking to them, they're being nosy, but actually they're making conversation. So if somebody is nosy, they ask too many personal questions. For example, oh, hi, nice to meet you. What's your job? Oh, well, how much money do you make? Oh, what kind of car do you have? Oh, this is being a little nosy. Some people might say it's rude, but you're asking too many personal questions. What did you do yesterday? I went out. Where did you go? Who did you go with? What did you do? Again, someone might be trying to help you learn English and practice your conversation, or they might be being nosy. So, nose around has to do with being nosy. Or put your nose in other people's lives. So this, again, comes from the expression of being nosy. If you nose around, or if you put your nose in other people's lives or other people's business, it means you interfere with their personal life. So again, you're just asking too many questions. You're getting too personal. If it's between friends, it's okay. But if it's someone you do not know very well, you're being nosy. You're nosing around. Get your nose out of there. This is a cool expression. We use this a lot. Have a nose for something. I have a nose for smelling. But to have a nose for something means that you are good at detecting or good at doing something. For example, I can say, I have a nose for wine. This means I'm good at distinguishing different kinds of wine. Or I have a nose for color. My nose has eyes. If you have a nose for something, you're good at using it. You're good at doing it. Maybe you have a nose for English. I have a nose for English, a nose for Spanish, a nose for no. You only have one nose. But it means you're good at doing something. What do you have a nose for? The next one is if you turn up your nose. So if you turn up your nose, it means you do this. If you turn up your nose at something, it means you show the person you do not like something. So you show, you show you don't like. So a really easy example of this is with children. If you give a child food they don't like, they go, ew, and their little noses turn up. You can do this as an adult. It's kind of rude. Depends on who you are. But if I give you food and you don't like it, you shouldn't go, ew. You shouldn't turn up your nose. Sometimes it happens naturally. If you really hate something, you go, ugh. But this is a facial expression that can be rude. So be careful. If you don't like something, just politely say, I don't really like that. But don't go, ew, that's disgusting. Okay? Be careful. Be nice to people. To show you don't like something means to turn up your nose. This one, brown nose. This is one of my favorites. So, to brown nose someone means that you try. Let me do this another way. If you brown nose someone, we have another expression. You suck up to someone. So, if you suck up to someone or you brown nose someone, it means you try to please them. But it's way too much. So, you will hear someone say, oh my God, Susie's sucking up to the boss again. Or Susie's such a brown noser. Susie brown noses. Why do you think the nose is brown? Okay, let me explain. So, this comes from the expression to kiss ass. So, kiss ass, suck up to someone, and brown nose is the same. This means you literally put your face in someone's ass. Why are you doing that? That's strange. Maybe you're a dog. But it means that you try too hard to please people, usually a boss. So if you want a promotion, you're going to brown nose the boss. So the boss is going to bend over and you're going to put your face right in their bum and your nose is going to get brown. Oh, English is weird. Why do you... I don't think this is cool. I don't think I would like to do this to my boss. I don't think my boss would like this. Some bosses like this, though, I'm sure. So, if you want a promotion, feel free to brown nose or suck up to your boss or kiss ass. Hopefully the person's washed. So, brown nose means you try to please your boss a lot. This is cool. Follow your nose. Obviously, every day you're going to follow your nose because it's in front of you. But I literally do this every day when I smell Indian food. So the way that I know if an Indian restaurant is delicious, is I smell the air and I go, oh, no, hold on. I smell some good food. I follow my nose, to the restaurant. If you follow your nose, it means you let the smell guide you to some place that you think is good. It doesn't have to be with restaurants. It means you follow your instincts. My instinct is to eat Indian food. Good instinct. So follow your nose means follow your instinct. The last one. Have your nose in a book. Oh, you're famous. Kiss your nose. Your nose is a model. To have your nose in a book means you are reading the book so intensely that you do not look at anything else. Oh, hi. So to have your nose in a book, you can have your nose in a magazine, have your nose in a book. I think people would say, I have my nose in my phone, because I don't see a lot of people reading books or magazines anymore. So he has his nose in his phone. He's actually ignoring other people and only looking at the book or only looking at the phone. Do you have a nose? Do you have a nose for something? What do you have a nose for? I have a nose for smelling. Smell you later.